afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, here of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. Off hit an exciting 1 vs 1 on some musky winter between the south. We got Thunderhun fighting here for the Wehrmacht Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 83rd Infantry Division, tasked with holding this village under assault here from the British under the command of USS Enterprise. Taking on the role here of the 7th Armoured Division. And we've got here Mobile Defense, Lightning War and German Mechanized versus Vanguard, Mobile Assault and Royal Engineers. We've got MD-42 Grenadiers there for Thunderhun, pretty standard stuff there. Similarly for US Enterprise, a bunch of infantry, perhaps filled up with the Vickers, but more likely just more infantry. Moving down this main road here, straight for the house here, just trying to secure the centre initially. No immediate moves for fuel compared to Thunderhun, whose pioneers, having set up the infantry company, rush straight here for the fuel point. Quickly check up the area around to see if there's any British making their way towards it right away, and then immediately set up a bit of barbed wire there while grabbing the fuel point, making it a bit harder for the Brits to sort of rush about and sort of take the point. Vickers following up there for USS Enterprise. And Grenadiers MD-42 setting out there so far in more direct line towards here. Probably want to set up MD-42 to defend the point here, make it harder for the British to grab that. And there we go, Pioneers moving ahead, probably sort of scout ahead, also look for enemy targets. There we go, we've got the section moving in, Pioneers moving up there in this case. Thunderhun needs to move here, might encounter a few issues. He's trying, no! Ooh, looks good, could be a race, but in this case, Enterprise will win it due to overall just having a more straight path here for it. The barbed wire in this case actually ended up being, well, a bit of a problem for Thunderhun to prevent him from moving straight for here, actually, thus extending his path, which is sort of the funny bit. He put all that effort into it and just helps the enemy. Section moving in here, Vickers on the way as well there for USS Enterprise, the 7th Armour. Vickers on the M42, they've got section moving up from the north as well, Pioneers trying to support. Grenadiers moving up through here. We got a sniper on the way there for Thunderhun, trying to bleed out the chance. There goes section up, trying to get the point. But at the same time, will risk being under fire from the M42, instead another section up north, getting drawing fire. Vickers nowhere to be seen. So far, most of the fighting is focused with laser precision on the centre, with, I mean, pretty much the rest of the map so far completely ignored. It's just all sort of centred towards the centre point here and the fuel point here. Everything else has been forgotten. So there it goes again. You've got the Vickers moving in, then before two will be forced back. Grenadiers trying to move in, but right here, this is quickly looking ugly for Thunderhun despite best efforts. He was ultimately not able to start with a position that sort of really favoured him, or at least make it favourable. Now he's forced to pull back, then he's got the Vickers there firing away through the windows, doors, and what else. Just hammering away there, Pioneers taking the rest, but they're getting cut down out in the open there versus units inside the garrison. Sections moving in their grabbing territory, and right here, Thunderhun's open has quickly turned to ash. What was a good rush was ultimately not quite fully exploited. Instead he tried to move ahead, then instead of just trying to block the building for any infantry until he gets 74 in. I think that was a bit the mistake there for Thunderhun in the very few moments of the game here. He tried to push on, but he just should have occupied, because pretty much this point here on Moscow Winter is like a magnet for the enemy. If they're not coming right away, they'll be coming shortly after right away. That's roughly how it goes in most cases. So right there, Thunderhun perhaps took it a bit too easily, who knows. Either way, he has lost here the centre of the map. Of course, got the sniper now trying to bleed out here the Tommies, firing away there with the scoped G43. Getting a few kills here and there. Ending the lives of those Inselaffen. Pushing back the Vickers as well. And finally we got some movement here towards the rest of the map now. Both players setting sections towards the west. There, Grenadiers, regular Tommies. No tag up there for Thunderhun as of yet. No, nothing. Pushing towards the centre. We're actually seeing that Thunderhun is spreading out forces very thinly. Seems like here that so far Enterprise has fallen back here. Getting a bit more breathing space. Of course we do have tech up, and we do have a sniper of her own for Enterprise here. Enterprise, of course, being the Princess of Angels, or the one there with all the other names, essentially. Sniper moving about there, MD-4 occupying the church, now shifting away there from the fuel points, engaging up the Grenadiers here. E-43s versus Lee Enfields. Grenadiers out in the open there, so they're pretty much in a bad position there versus the sections. Overall perform a lot better there, of course, in cover, so that was perhaps not the wisest setup there for Thunderhun. And overall, this looks like an engagement he will lose unless he somehow manages to super tech up quickly, which he won't. That's pretty much lost there for the Grenadiers. He might be able to grab the fuel point, but he won't be able to hold it. No rule, he spent a lot of manpower for it, so the only thing he really gained here is a bit of time. And even that's going to be of limited usage there versus the Enterprise. Section here, sniper creeping ahead there, waiting for targets perhaps. Sniper moving out there for Enterprise. Section's moving about here in the west, going to grab that fuel point. In this case, he's doing it, by the way, just to sort of grab the territory without coming under fire. MD-42 there, quickly over top, even losing its gunner, Jürgen. Section immediately gunned down there, suppressed. Continue the effort here in the west. Good work, good work. I mean, a lot of players tend to get completely caught up on just this small part of the map and just move through here. So they completely forget all about the west. But right here, we do see that USS Enterprise is made out of sharper stuff and doesn't just fall into that pitfall, but actually moves towards the west and actually, you know, deposits a smaller chunk of infantry rather than just maybe a single section here and there. So that's good to see. No sign. Oh, we got an armor car requisition on the way. Vickers could be moving out again as well. Sniper making a run back as well for the base. There we got barbed wire up here. It's basically sort of a trap that doesn't really work unless the unit inside, you know, you're trying to capture is very, very low in numbers, in which case they can be caught in it. Otherwise, it's effectively useless towards your squad, really. Just a little fun detail there. He probably better off actually just S-manning the other side and just hoping the enemy will run into that. MD-42 shifting positions. Bit of fighting here for the west. We've got the sniper moving up there. No immediate troops can actually sort of hunt down and deal with the interloper. With the Hun bastard. Nothing whatsoever. But rather aggressive play there by Thunderhun using his sniper. I mean, one wrong move could result in the sniper being dead there, but so far no sign of that. Armoured car on the way to the AC Mark III. Section moving towards the east. Strength to the Grenadiers there. The section going to be caught out in the open, so they can jump into cover. And over have the advance there versus Thunderhun's infantry. Thunderhun's Grenadiers being great. Oh, retreats instead. Engagement 1 there. MD-42 covering from here. British sniper moving up support here in the east. We got another section run off. Sappers moving about now, and there we go. We got the German sniper running away as well. Tech up here is done for Thunderhun, but he's yet to actually utilize it. We got more Grenadiers instead, more German infantry. And attack now needs to be a bit careful there. One wrong move. Got the sort of easy kill there for Thunderhun, allows the sniper to operate a lot more freely. And the thing is, he knows there's a sniper now. I'm pretty sure he saw that, which rather means, you know, again, he's going to be more cautious with the sniper around, giving him a chance of killing it. So that really didn't work out there for USS Enterprise whatsoever. Still got control of the victory points. Armor car arriving there. AC Mark III. Troops reinforcing. More pioneers on the way there for Thunderhun. And there goes Sappers being engaged there by Grenadiers charging forward with the Sten guns, sort of trying to overcome those crap bastards up close. And we go moving in. Versus the Bosch. But quickly end up suffering losses there. MD-42 now shifting over here towards the fuel point to defend it. If he really wants to defend it, though, I would suggest a bit of barbed wire here as well, again, to prevent, you know, a direct straight move for the MD-42 being more easily cleared out that way. 2-2 on the way there for Thunderhun, probably to try and hunt down the sniper. He was to deal with the AC, which I'm not entirely sure if he actually noticed there, but he was probably getting a lot more than just one. Either that or Thunderhun is supremely confident he could deal with the AC using just 1 2-2, which is supremely confident.
The enemy is taking our territory.
AC patrolling for AC targets, finding none. MD-42, oh, setting up for incendiary armor piercing rounds. Bad news there for the AC. And we got the 2 zooming from the other side. Doing some damage there. Constant force gets to turn about. Turning about again instead of just going full circle. He actually runs into the 2-2-2. Stops up, gets a bit too awkward in there. Going to send the armor piercing rounds up close. Heavy damage. Pop smoke, but it's not quite covered by it. And there we go. AC lost there. USS Enterprise, I think, got a bit too confident in the armoured car. Underestimated the MD-42, which then followed up with the 2-2-2, knocked out the AC. So that was a pretty harsh loss there for Enterprise, whose armoured car really did very, very little. And a big win there for Thunderhun. We see another armoured car here for USS Enterprise. That's going to slow down teching. But again, it's probably going to be necessary because otherwise USS Enterprise has absolutely no means of stopping the 2-2-2 at the moment. There is absolutely nothing there which can allow us to turn it down rapidly and deal with it. So now, of course, need to be careful. Nope, by the way, Enterprise still yet to shoot with a sniper, probably still looking for it, despite at this point the enemy knows there's a sniper, which rather undercuts anything else. When they go to 2 moving out and getting the sniper, and there you go. I mean, this is really the danger of trying to use a sniper to counter-snipe. You can easily end up just wasting a sniper trying to get that perfect shot.
The capture point is being overrun.
That's really the big danger then. That's basically what happened there for Users Enterprise. So right now, Enterprise there suffered some pretty harsh losses to Thunderhun. 2-2, they did go down, so it's not all a loss there, but still, not good. Mine went off there, a few grenadiers dead. Jurgen, Fritz, Tort. Pack 40 there being pushed forwards. And we got the AC number 2 there arriving now on the field.
Good news.
And we got a doctrine there for Users Enterprise. It is mobile assault, infiltrating commanders, flamethrowers all ready and available.
Ready for use.
So of course, have to see how that works out. So rolling across here, got another heavy push for the west. They're basically not trying to push into here to the pitfall of the eastern side of the village. Good work there. And we got commandos here popping in as well. In this case, sort of trying to appear here, just frustrate, but without any real clear target. You know, miss a bit of opportunity there, but still goes for the sniper pioneers there. I mean, not the sniper that opens up. Gets a kill there. Commandos forced to retreat here. Section seeing out, got the AC striking from the north. Good one kill there. Pack 40 falling back as well. And we got a bit of pushing, going to do this a bit on their own. A bit of action here, a bit further effort from Enterprise towards the west. Again, a slightly rarer display of anything really. Again, most fighting tends to be sort of very focused around this spot here. AC moving in there, almost caught the sniper. There goes sniper shoots. Oh dear, I'm pretty sure Thanos quite upset with that sniper right then there. AC misses, might get on retreat here. The light gun, we've got the Pack 40 setting up there. AC could be popping again, quick pop smoke hit. There goes shot fired. Shooting away there, doing light damage. Light damage, Grenadiers moving in. At the same time, be careful they not get too close there, otherwise the Grenadiers should be able to panzer fast. In that case, loses it. So close there, so close, but Sniper gets away there. Smoke popped. Damn close there for Enterprise to getting the German sniper. MG's there popping up. Got pilots out the building for a bit of safety. Medical perhaps just a biscuit there by Thunderhun. Troops moving towards the centre of the village. We've got troops moving about here, grabbing territory and securing bits. Betty 242, the AC needs to be careful. And back at base there, we've got troops preparing for setting out again. No anti-tank guns, though, nothing further here for Enterprise. No tech up either, though, again, 2 armoured cars will certainly hurt that a bit. Section being pushed back here by a double grenadier squad, one with a light machine gun. Pioneers in northward, so into a section. We've got troops here grabbing territory, we're also trying to hold up the Germans a bit. Keep Jerry occupied. So a lot of action going on here, a lot of back and forth. Sniper supporting back there, we go, rifling off as well, lots in fact. Here there's the sections, heavy losses there for Enterprise, causing a collapse there of the village front line. And grenadiers opening up on the advancing sappers. Commanders, light gamma bomb there, up on the roof. Grenadiers pushed away, though the commanders are down to 2 men, pretty vulnerable there. AC moving ahead, needs to be repaired quickly there by the sappers. Right now, Enterprise is suffering quite a few losses there to Thunderhun. That sniper is quickly paying off for him. Sniper there being engaged by the section out in the open, but so far not a single shot is actually hitting the bar. Stick rushing forward. Commanders peering here, and there you go, trying to ambush. And so close there. But down to half health again. Fortune favours Thunderhun in that case. Armour car being repaired. Reinforcing, healing up. Pioneer setting ahead. Grabbing the victory, popping some Pioneers, and at the same time going for the CoH one there. Commanders needing up to deal with the Pioneers, I imagine. Tag 40 watching across the icy river. And Grenadiers repulsed. Reinforcing, no sign of further tech up there for Enterprise. Anything else? Not even see some weapon racks. There you go, Pioneers engaged by Commanders. Standing guns quickly tearing them apart.
Enemy causing trouble.
And Pioneers escape there. Bit unfortunate, I think, for Enterprise. Could perhaps have gone to wipe there, but looks like in this case, wiping out the bastards was less of a priority there for Enterprise. Sniper Grenadiers bring up there to deal with the Commandos. Trying to hide there with them, set up for an ambush. AC in the centre, there we go, Grenadiers push back here, or at least out in the open, by the AC, guns firing, action machine guns letting loose. Section moving towards these overall. Enterprise is keeping up good momentum versus Thunderhun, but still, that sniper is a definite thorn in her side. There we go, Commanders setting up there. Getting the Grenadiers, quick sniper shot there. Most of them had to reload there. quickly cutting down on that ambush, and there you go, forced to retreat. Cut to your right there, that would be pretty... Man to right, get behind the shed there. The sniper just can't... Ooh! Missed on an incendiary explosive round. That was lucky in return there for Enterprise. And he's holding up there. Pioneers bringing out the Pack 40 covering. Sabs bringing about there. We got Betty 2 on their grenadiers with an machine gun. No immediate support though. We got the armor car still need repairs, at least repairs again. MD there under fire from the sniper grenadiers charging forwards with grenadiers and support if necessary. Commanders section bringing up there. Section needs to fall back soon, since they're in a pretty hazardous position. Then again, they're going to do themselves off. You consider getting out there, so they are taking heavy fires roll there from the British. Rifle going off there, almost got the section, but ultimately not quite. Losing the east, but going in the west here for Thunderhun. Still no doctrine for him. No, nothing actually in response there to Enterprise. Some plan being pushed. We do have take up here for Thunderhun going straight for head for a Panzer IV West. Enterprise is yet to take up, and it's got 0 anti-tank guns. So this is looking a bit unpleasant for Enterprise at the moment, and that needs to turn very ugly there, in fact, for Enterprise. Since a single armoured car on his own is going to be pretty tricky to deal with the Panzer IV, unless Enterprise pulls off either some really clever moves, or Thunderhun handles Panzer IV like a bucket of lard. Troops reinforcing, healing up. Pack 40 there, just hanging back. They were to rush and steal it. He was definitely much more prepared. Well, she was a lot more prepared for the Panzer IV that's about to hit there. Support the 83rd Infantry Division. Men dying out there. In the east, we got section there, holded by the infantry pioneers. And there you go, we got the Panzerkampfwagen 4 mobilized for Thunderhun. Sent in from the Panzer there to support here. Grenadier sniper, Pack 40 here, covering. Sapper's getting shot to bits.
Point is being overrun.
And there you go, Commanders running straight into a Panzer IV. A not very happy occasion there for Enterprise's commando team. Take-up is finally going on there for Enterprise, a bit late. And in the east there we got Commanders versus the Pioneer Squad, a bit suppressed there by the MD-42. Doing good work there. And there you go, a lot of troops suppressed here as well in the centre, but not quite able to follow up here. Section on the front of the Panzer IV, pin pump machine gun almost done. And we got sections standing right here, while at the same time we got Grenadiers ready to go for the car front right behind Enterprise's lines. Armoured car repairs, tech up almost done. Thunderhun's really striking back there to use his Enterprise.
We're losing a capture point.
And there you go, Pintelmad machine gun, mostly I believe intended for anti-aircraft defence. These in the case of the Panzer IV, so of course also used against infantry and such. Armoured car almost done. Car point there secured. Bit of bad news there for Enterprise for the 7th Armoured. Got a large force moving towards the west there. Commanders, sections, armoured car. Sometime before she can get out of Cromwell, could of course consider 6-pounder gun support. Thunderhun's defences are quite scattered though. We got a bit here, bit there, bit here, and a bit over there. Though of course again, Thunderhun's got the Panzer, Enterprise does not, so Thunderhun does enjoy a few advantages in that sense. They say versus Vickers, rifle grenade off and wipes it. Well placed rifle grenade there against the Germans. Panzer rolls ahead. Forces the armoured car to respond. There we go, we've got a 6-pounder gun away to Enterprise. Shoots and scores a hit. Target threat could be an option if we need to pull back the armoured car. Somehow bait the Panzer IV into an engagement that's not good for it. Nope, goes for it again. There you go, Panzer IV down to less than half health. You need to be careful there. Pull back the armoured car, pull back the armoured car, Enterprise. Pop smoke, but it's too late. Should have pulled back first. Instead, stands in it. Allowing Thunderhun just to attack round, knocking it out there. Bit of a tactical mistake there by Enterprise. And certainly a benefit there to Thunderhun, whose Panzer IV is still standing, though now less than half health. Though apparently, the only thing there is an anti-tank gun, which is so far removed from the actual combat, from the carnage. West section engaging Pioneers laying down S minefield to cover the victory point there. Not bad at all there by Thunderhun. We've still got troops standing about here, Commanders ready to ambush any German infantry there, trying to get advantage there. We've got Pioneers burning down the house, basically to avoid Commanders ping through it. Thunderhun here being pretty thorough. He does not like Commandos one bit at all. And certainly the Germans were not fond of them. Particularly not the Führer, who of course issued the commando order, which pretty much said, you know, we don't take those guys prisoners, we just kill them on the spot, which rather caused the commanders to be, you know, much more tenacious fighter, knowing, you know, well, they not be offered any quarter anyway, so that rather had a slightly less unintended effect. Collapsing the church as well. Thunderhun here being super thorough. 6-pounder gun, commandos, sections, sniper all the way here in the east. Commandos waiting to ambush any Krauts, any Jerrys, to leave them bleeding. Oh, this was a good spot for Light Gammon, but he's too occupied there, thinking, or she's too occupied on the west, otherwise again, boom, dead stuff. That was really devastating there, I think, versus Thunderhun. 6-pounder gun versus the Panzer IV. Rough getting it off, doesn't quite do the trick here. There we go, Light Gammon bomb, and oh, wipes the Grenadiers. What might be lost here to the light machine gun and the sniper, but still, that's going to hurt. No, looks like the commandos actually managed to get away with it, just with a sliver of health. Panzer IV continues to fight. He's still under fire from the 6-pounder gun. Looks like Thunderhun underestimated his ability to take out the anti-tank, and there you go, Panzer IV kaput. Devastating blow there to Thunderhun. Grenadiers and a Panzer IV lost. That should give Enterprise a chance to push back. Plus, Cromwell on the way, though of course we do have another Panzer IV here for Thunderhun. Germany. Pioneers here fighting versus sappers and sections. 6-pounder guns going to need some reinforcement. Sadly, there's no immediate way of doing that unless setting up a forward assembly, which would be pretty risky under the current circumstances. Troops under fire need to be careful around the S-mine field. One shot they could set off the S-mines, causing a much wider effect of death, destruction, pain. And 6-pounder coming right up the Pioneers, wrecking it with the Pack 40 here. Thunderhun is swift and merciless. His decisions fall like a hammer blow. Quickly denying Enterprise there the one anti-tank gun she had. Nasty work there, but decisive from Thunderhun. Taking no chances there. Good work. Time here for the mid-game analysis in terms of damage. Enterprise ahead in terms of kills, though. Thunderhun's ahead. At the same time, they are close to each other. But considering they roughly have the same squad sizes, that's certainly a good indicator there for Thunderhun is actually able to get off some good kills despite, you know, a rather rough start. In terms of army value, they're close, but again, Thunderhun's getting ahead again, particularly the 2nd Panzer IV, rather sort of put him forward ahead of Enterprise. Though, of course, the Cromwell should aid things in quite a particular ending, them more or less equal now. In terms of resource flow, Thunderhun's sort of been flooding more, though, of course, again, that's slightly evening out now. And in points held, Thunderhun, you initially get rough start, but sort of now more in control of the battlefield. And again, in part, you know, due to the lack of anti-tank weapons there from Enterprise, which is generally, I mean, I would always recommend having at least one anti-tank gun, because otherwise you can usually always be caught in a bit of a bad situation. An anti-tank gun at least prevents you from getting into a too bad situation here. Sadly, in this case, for Enterprise, ended up being more reactive than actively chosen, which rather gave Thunderhun a bit of an advantage. So now the anti-tank gun's gone, he's still got one, and he's also got a Panzer IV, rather meaning in that sense Thunderhun's got an advantage. But of course, we got Cromwell's on the way. We still have a lot of anti-infantry potential here for Enterprise, of course, with the commandos, sections, and so on. It's not like Enterprise in a completely bad spot, but it's a rough spot. It's going to take some work, then it's going to take some really good killing there for the commandos to turn things around. Amongst other things, also that sniper really would benefit Enterprise if it was dead. But we note here the center's completely open here. Here's also a bit risky, so probably shoot assault there, but the Cromwell sort of flanking in with the infantry leading from the front. Could perhaps grab a Pack 40 there back for Enterprise, denying Thunderhun's anti-tanks, of course, and then of course dealing with the armor there afterwards. So that could sort of be pulled off there. That might just work out for Enterprise. But what Enterprise wants here is more tanks and another anti-tank gun, either sealing it or building it. Either way, a more anti-armor measures will be needed. Also, a good thing here to consider would be weapon racks. A few Bren guns for the sections would do wonders. Now that, well, Thunderhun's got most of the gun though, like machine guns and so on there, would also give her a better chance of catching the sniper and just wiping out in a few shots there. So that would also, in that sense, be a pretty good choice there for Enterprise. Later down the road, land mattresses could also be worked out. In particular, with a few white phosphorus rocket strikes could be quite potent there against Thunderhun. That's certainly also something there to consider. For Thunderhun, Panzer Grenadiers good. More Panzer Grenadiers better. Should consider some more armor. Perhaps a Stug to support his Panzer IV, but other small Panzers. And perhaps a few castles will also do things. Also be a bit cautious there about spreading out the defenses so quickly. I mean, one quick strike in the right place could do a lot of damage there to Thunderhun. So it's a bit risky what he's currently doing there, but so far it does seem to be working. A few Telemine for some kind of the central village. S-mines as well would also, I think, be some strong chances there for Thunderhun to consider. And of course the Doctrine, considering what he's got, mechanized could be alright. Lightning War Mobile defense would also, but I think that would be less good to a certain extent. So I think either Lightning or Mechanized would be the best here. So let's return to the fight and see what happens next here. Panther there's the section up north, pushing them away. Pack 40 covering, watching as others running past. Sergeant, should we be worried about that? Nine, don't worry. I'm sure there's plenty of other troops up at the front. Nothing will happen to us. Echo Vickers fires away a bit ineffectively there against the Panzer Force frontal armour. Cromwell sets out. Got the commander up, and there you go. Engaging the Panzer Force. Shots fired. Panzer Force misses. Cromwell does not, and successfully penetrates the frontal armour there over the Panzerkampfwagen. Another shot fired there. Penetrating hit for each other. But still, the Panzer Force is disadvantaged. We've got Pack 40 up from these pioneers. Panzer flanking straight into the Vickers, though. Commander's been got close. Needs to actually consider repairing that Vickers. It's close to getting completely knocked out there. Panzer was heavy under fire. Cromwell. Vickers, we've got Grenadiers flanking in there. Engaging the Grenadiers to that range. The map missing a slight chance. There go light cannon bomb, and S-mines going off there. Grenadiers, half the unit gone. Panzer 4 moving forward there. Oh, Cromwell needs to turn about. They pull back. Got the Pack 40 as well here. Pioneers suppressed. There you go. Panther 4 down though. Panther 4 down. Can he get away with it? Or can she get away with the Cromwell there? And just. Now that's a bit more worrisome there for Thunderhun. It's just there's 2 Panzer 4s compared to the opponent's lost, well, an armoured car. Following up here with a command tank instead. Thunderhun I think is a bit desperate to just have some kind of armour at the front line. And this is willing to call on the command tank despite that's going to be an disadvantage against the Cromwell. Though that's going to take some time there to repair. And there's going to be some time there before she can call up another Cromwell. Of course could consider Firefly even taking up going other than for Churchill or the Comet.
The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Panzer 4 there swiftly engaging in the centre. High explosive rounds being unleashed there against the Tommies. Shoot! Shoot, Jürgen! I want some dead! I want some bleeding and crying! Not quite much success with the commander. We got troops moving up here. Sniper, the only one holding the eastern side. Thunderhun's quite confident in his skills, but then again, so far has been pretty lucky with him in terms of not getting horribly murdered. Despite some pretty spirited attempts there from user Enterprise to actually kill the bastard.
They're trying to take it.
Command tank supporting a pioneer assault there. Section being pulled back. And there you go. We got flamethrowers up here for Enterprise's sappers. Cromwell almost ready to go again. Troops reinforcing. Commanders also about ready to head out. In fact, close to Vet 23. Which will arms amongst other things heal wherever they are. Section needs to retreat. Panzer 4 continues to fire with the pioneers doing a bit of damage as well. Territory being grabbed. And there you go. Cromwell sets out once more for King and Country. And Tellermine's down for Thunderhun. There we go. Shot failed to penetrate there. The Cromwell's fight. The Cromwell has less issues there with the Panzer. Oh, there we go. Managed to penetrate. Actually, never mind. Still, command tank gets away. We got a Pack 40 supporting. Panzer going to stay back as well. And sappers versus pioneers. Flamethrowers versus minesweepers. The flamethrower obviously wins. In the north, another push here again. Noting still while trying to push for here, never quite forgets there's the rest of the map, which again is the common mistake amongst many players on this map. Troops reinforcing, healing. Could grab the munitions there, but looks like she's just more interested in the victory point. In fact, victory points are rather skewed against Enterprise here. That is less good. Pack 40 firing away, but so far mostly hitting a wall. Vickers setting up, still not repaired. Section commanders going for the points there. Snipe opening up. Veteran G2, very close to 3. Command coming ahead against. Oh, devastating here on the sappers, leaving most of them dead. As they're splattered against the side of the tank, getting a fresh coat of paint there. Have a more, but there you go. Commandos catching the sniper. Not quite rushing, well, there we go, charging forwards. But sniper once more escapes. There you go, another shot. And forcibly away there as the command tank arrives. Another close attempt there, but ultimately not quite successful. Cromwell being repaired, another Cromwell following up here for Enterprise, giving her a tank advantage once that hit, but at the same time though, Thunderhun has been bringing up more Pack 40s as well. There's not going to be quite the opposite. In fact, we even got Panther here, now Thunderhun is really bringing up the anti-tank front against Enterprise, and the That's going to make things a bit more tricky there, to be honest, for the Cromwells, if he can direct all that against the Cromwells. Big push forward, it's quickly hold here by the Pak 40. Panzer is moving out there with their Raketen Panzerbuchse. And before 2 remains here. Oh, we got a command bunker up here. Or not command bunker, just a bunker there prepared to get the point. And Vic is setting up to cover here the northern victory point. Command's going the point there, and there goes second Cromwell arrives. A lot of action here, here and there. So not your usual Moscow fight, because again it's so much in there all over the place, not just focused on the centre, and just turning into a meat grinder. Pioneers here, oh, straight into the commandos. Even a light gun bomb here. Ah, in this case they're not so well thrown. Still, seems to have done the trick. Mein Gott, dieses ist wohl grenade near us, but if our ears get hurt, run away! I didn't sign up for this. No one did, Jürgen. We're conscripted. Oh dear, looks like that Vic is about to get wiped out. Cromwell moving up. And Vic is wiped.
The weapon crew are, I'm afraid, quite dead.
Clearing up the mines, screaming about them, but not really hurt by them. Second Cromwell moving in, but in this case, oh, no anti-tank, but there we go. Drawing them in. Panzerschrecks on the way as well. And we got an assault in from the north as well. Good actually clear up one Pak 40 there with the Cromwell here, but no goes up the command tank, completely focused on it. Might lose a Cromwell there. No, Cromwell gets away. Command tank down. Lots of infantry here. Pak 40s that will be escaping. Panzerschrecks could be a bit of trouble there. Lots of sections, lot of sappers. Cromwell driving around the corner. Not allowed to shoot infantry. MT-42 just firing away here. Still, that was decent extra there, I think, by Enterprise. A very good push here. But running into Grenadiers, the Pak 40s looks like they might just be able to escape, and that's going to be a further problem down the road there for Enterprise, since there's still 2 Pak 40s, plus the Panzerschrecks and a Panzer IV on the way, means there's actually a lot of threats there to the tanks. And this, oh, section wiped out. Not good there, and we've actually got a quick use here of vehicle crew repairs to quickly get the 2 Cromwells back into action. Good work there, good work there. Section attempted to transfer in this case, did not work out at all. Veteran fleets now supporting veteran fleet Grenadiers, and we got our land matches out now. Not same armor, but rocket artillery, possibly to help deal with the anti-tank guns and such. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. In particular, the white phosphorus barrels can be set off. Both Cromwells are close to being ready there. And there you go, Commanders flying in again, another attempt at catching the sniper. Still, not much luck there. Not much luck. That bastard refuses to die, though I'm pretty sure at this point he's been stitched up quite a lot as well, though. I mean, he's been shot at a lot, and he's taking a lot of damage from all those shots, so I mean, can't exactly be not suffering there at least. Without requiring some serious painkillers. Telemines down there to cover the flank as well. Thunderhun doing what it can to minimise the mobility there of USS Enterprise's armour assaults. Good work. Pioneers running straight to the Cromwell. There you go, 1 victory, 2 moving ahead as well. They improved rate of fire, accuracy. Certainly going to make it a bit more lethal towards infantry and armour. Bunker remains there, getting finally upgraded to a machine gun bunker. Pak 40's back there, healing, reinforcing. Commander's still in wait. Sappers moving in, and Pioneers there quickly falling there to a swift burst there from the Sten guns. Sappers moving ahead there. There you go, dealing with the bunker.
Our supply line's broken.
Ends up not being the most expected resource investment there for Thunderhun. Still maintain control elsewhere on the map. There you go, bunker destroyed. Panther IV rolling out. Going for the centre there, straight. Oh, actually, devoid of enemies is now reacted to the Cromwells there. Panther IV taking some nasty damage. Almost knocked out, but at the same time, drawing it into an anti-tank front. He's using the Panther IV's bait, and there you go. Cromwell goes down there to a volley of Pak 40 and Panzerschreck fire. It's one like a bit, got no Panther IV, he also got a Cromwell, so I suppose not an entire loss there for Thunderhun, though. Proper support there for the Panther IV might have worked out better for him. Still, that did cost Enterprise 1 tank. Got the land match moving ahead here so far, no targets, just constantly moving about. Grenadiers moving ahead as well. Enterprise is losing control of the map a bit more seriously now. struggling to keep up here. Troops reinforcing. Quick Gebaldeladung straight into the trench there, and nasty hit there, bet you see on the Panzergrenadiere. There's only 2 section members there with low health in a trench. Veteran T2. Another push into there. We got lots of commandos, sappers. We got the Cromwell here about these going up, pushing away the MG42, opening up that pit of the front. And matches yet to shoot at all. Need to find a target soon, perhaps do something with it. And there goes section wiped out. Another loss here. And we got advanced cover combat. Just feels a bit too late there. Pioneers pushed away. Commanders splitting up. And there you go, another Panzer IV there for Thunderhun. So many Panzer IVs. Similarly, a lot of Cromwells there for Enterprise. Neither side really going for much else. So, you know, Fireflies here from Enterprise. No taking up, going for other armour. Not into a Centaur. To help deal with the infantry. Maybe catch the sniper, wipe out that bastard. Commanders proceeding, popping a smoke grenade to cover it. There we go, Cromwell versus Panzer IV. Captain Harrods starting out there quite nicely versus that German tank. Closing in Veteran D3, that would be pretty good for Enterprise. And there we go, we've got a 3rd commander squad. Engaging the Pioneers up north, quickly wiping out. In this case, I think, actually use the trench to infiltrate from. Apparently you can actually do that. You can put down a trench and then use that to infiltrate your commanders from. That's pretty naughty. Land matches firing. Oh, actually getting some kills there. Hammering away at the Pack 40s, wiping out one of them. 8 kills. Still didn't get the sniper though. That guy has got the devil's own luck. Section here, MG42 should be secured, I think, here by Enterprise's men and to put to work there against Thunderhun. And in fact, Veterans won there. 9 kills. Not too bad there. Not too bad. There again, MG42 secured by the sappers. More Panzergrenadier for Thunderhun for Germany. There you go, Panzer IV, finally got talked about it is mechanised. Spotting scopes, artillery, command tanks, obviously smoke screens, and mechanised grenadier groups. Sabs are sent running. Sniper creeping about there. Is Enterprise planning a take-up, or is just setting up for another Cromwell? Sniper taking for hit, MG42 opening up.
Wireless intercept. They still
They'll probably try and rush the sniper. They're perhaps in flank behind. Could be good. They use the commanders to creep up, get behind the sniper, then attack. But no. Ooh, setting up the MG42 right there. Missed up to, I think, shoot the sniper there. Bit Panzer IV repaired. Still no sign of additional Cromwells there for Enterprise. Could it be a Firefly instead? Versus the armour. Commanders moving about there to support the Cromwell. There you go. Panzer IV versus Cromwell. Cromwell does not manage to hit them. The Panzer IV. The Panzer crew does. And Panzer going to move towards the centre. All 3 victory points now control here of the British. Land matches is rather far removed from anything else, but there you go, can fire. Once more, and there you go, Panzer again versus Cromwell here. Cromwell really struggling here. Smoke's been done, needs to pull away. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Fired in the wrong place, did not expect him to rush, and there you go, Veteran is 3, but I feel it's too late here. Panzer IV misses, there you go, another hit there. Panzer IV down to less than half health. Cromwell blitzes away, using its superior speed there to be a lot of resistance. But no! The Panzer IV gets it just before he gets away there. Veterans won there. Cromwell on the way, we've got more Panzer IVs down the way for Thunderhun. Got commanders to give out the under 5 of the Panzer Grenadier, and there you go, Land Matches fires again. He's going to think up barracks there against the Panzer Grenadier. There you go, almost wiping them out, finding us into retreat. Commanders moving about here, trying to avoid death. Panzer is almost annihilated, might try and get them on the retreat before the Panzer IV gets them. But no, Panzer IV pushes ahead, there we go. Smoke popped, enveloping the Panzer IV. Phew. Pioneers pushed away ground for the eastern victory point there. Western one is still heavily defended here with the section and the Vickers machine gun. Cromwell almost done. 12 kills there, almost 52 there on the land matches. That is not bad at all there, not bad at all. 2-2 arriving here for Thunderhun, perhaps to sort of help deal with the scouting or harassment. And there you go, Grenadiers trying to flank up, set running straight to the MG42. Got commanders moving up as well here, getting off against the MG42, but that's not quite hit. Commanders moving up to finish off the job, and there you go. Panzer IV setting up for a deep flank as well here. Whilst the commanders Go straight for the Grenadiers. No anti-tank support here in the west. Cromwell arrives here for Enterprise. In the centre, get a bit more fighting control. Panzer Grenadier versus Sappers. In the east, we've still got the commanders. They're waiting for any unfortunate German to move in unattended. There you go. Trench collapse. MD4 drop north here. But unable to stop the Panzer IV, and it's rampage through British lines. Troops are being halted by the Panzer IV. Panzer Grenadiers 2-2 moving in as well.
We're losing a capture point.
Land match is being pulled further and further back. Almost 52.
An HMG crew has been lost to enemy action.
More unit losses. Looking pretty grim here
HQ is under
for
attack.
Enterprise.
Typical enemy trick, isn't it?
Despite having plenty of firepower, can't quite leverage it well enough against Thunderhun. Who's keeping up a rather fluid defence, surprisingly well. And Pack 40 just seem to be waiting in a responsive position. Rather than trying to predict where the opponent's going to move about the armour, just waiting to strike at it in unison. They're going to land matches. Another attempt to get that sniper, that little bastard. Almost gets it again, almost, but never quite.
Trying to take one of our points.
Panzer forcing out after Cromwell. Cromwell on health. Has been able to drain out Thunderhun, so the victory bombs are looking rough. Get grenade off there, almost got the gun, but not quite got Pioneer. So we've got another machine gun bunker up here on the way for Thunderhun to help control the map and make it harder there for Enterprise to bleed him any further. And there go another push up, punch of his Pioneers straight into the commandos. Quick light gun bomb in the right place, could do a lot of damage. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Didn't quite work out there. Not paying attention. Ah! Wiped. Too much going on there for Enterprise. That's a bit the dangerous, you know, we're setting up sort of defensive ambushes like that, you know. If you're not paying attention, it's not going to work at all then when you set them to hold fire. Crom there being hunted down, but Panzer IV got the land matches there cleared out. We'll probably wreck it, not seize it. That's bad news as well there for Enterprise. That was actually a pretty effective land mattress, to be honest. Which makes it a bit of a shame there, to be honest.
This upgrade's very nice.
More Cromwells for Enterprise, more Cromwells, just Cromwells, nothing but Cromwells. Then again, Thunderhun's all been all about those Panzer IVs, no Stuks, no Ostwinds. It's not like he gets a free pass in that department entirely. Cart shattered. Panzer was there getting slowly killed out, but still didn't answer grab the point before retreating. Oh dear, Sab's running straight into the double Panzer force here. Machine guns flying all the shots against them.
Trying to take a point from us.
Trying to grab territory there. And he's succeeding somewhat. Looking a bit rough here for Enterprise. The lack of anti-tank guns really has hurt her, I think. In particular in the early stages there. Pack 40 is just waiting for something to do. Machine gun bunker covering here. Limiting the movement there of Enterprise overall. Double Cromwell setting out again. Panzer Force waiting for them. See, no, actually not. Could get flanked if they're not careful. By Enterprise's armoured assault. A bit of infantry supporting though, that's something.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
The assault commences. 2-2, this is commanders inside a building. I don't think that's going to work out too well for the 2-2. 6-pounder gun finding a way for Enterprise again, but it's rather late, you know. Rather late. Seeing the circumstances. Cromwell's moving ahead there. Pioneers engaged. Decimated. Commander 2-2 got the Panzer Force moving up, then getting the Cromwell hit in the rear. Shots fired. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Flanking both the Panzer Force, but at the same time also getting flanked themselves. One Cromwell there quickly getting focused down. Not looking good there. Panzer with Pantrix also as well. Hit pretty much giving the advantage there to Thunder entirely thanks to the Pantrix. There they go. Veteran T1, but one Panzer IV. Oh, almost got the Cromwell. Other one Veteran T2. Pretty bad news here for Enterprise. That rather looks like GG, to be honest. Selecting out in the open, both the Panzer IV plus the Panzer going to be a Veteran T3. Men getting slaughtered here like cattle. No chance of survival there, and we do see a retreat there from Enterprise, still holding the east here, willing to commit another commander section. This type of sort of defensive ambush, but again, we'll of course have to see how well it works out this time. Again, it's very much dependent on actually paying attention. If you don't pay attention at all times, well, panic point, there we go, another command tank here for Thunderhun. Commander's leveling up the gun, he's also got the sniper supporting though. Incendiary armor piercing rounds, there we go, explosive. And Rafgate finishes off the commandos, another devastating blow there, pointing down, and there you go. Cromwell down, Enterprise surrenders, the 7th Armament has been beaten here. 83rd Infantry holds the village successfully though with some losses. I mean, Enterprise played reasonably well tactically. The problem was essentially strategically. There were a few sort of slip-ups there, a bit of luck for Thunderhun, but overall, there was just no anti-tank gun, you know. No anti-tank gun at all, and still, you know, it was much, already problem there with the 1 Panther IV really just limiting what Enterprise could do. In that sense, it was quickly dealt with, not replaced. And then he just sort of slow. I mean, there were some good armoured attacks, but then Thunderhun, you rather managed to bait one of the tanks away, then minimising what Enterprise could do with an armoured advantage. And there was no attempt, for example, attacking up and building up for other more bigger things like, say, Fireflies to help versus the armour, or getting comets, which could also help, but also versus the infantry. So I think some mistakes there for Enterprise as the game progressed. A nice attempt at actually using all the abilities, and I think that was the only time I've seen advanced cover combat used, but overall it could have been used a bit better, I think, there by Enterprise. Overall, Thunderhun managed to play better than the later game after his rather rough start there, and certainly turned things around overall nicely. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you tips on matches. If it did, why not subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in return find some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.